Complex trauma. Complex trauma describes both children's exposure to multiple traumatic events, often of an invasive and interpersonal nature. Wide-ranging long-term effects of this exposure are severe and pervasive, such as abuse, medical trauma, being held captive, engulfment trauma, parentification, and profound neglect. Many teens and young adults have found themselves having complex trauma or having a complex traumatic experience. Many teens and young adults blame their parents, and that's rightly so. The NSCH, National Survey of Children's Health, says 3% of the U.S.'s children and teens have experienced complex trauma. That is over 35 million children and teens, and it was caused whether from parents or their environment. Hi, my name is Mo, and I'm currently still in this situation. But I want to discuss with you the ways that you can leave this situation, because I'm working on the same. So this is how you can move out of a complex trauma situation. One of the things that you'll need of the 5 things is confidence. Having confidence, it helps you go through pushing yourself from your family. Every step you will make will require confidence. When you feel that your family is starting to catch on to you leaving, they will start throwing everything they got at you. But confidence is knowing that you're gonna leave this situation, and no matter what they do, you're gonna have a way out and you're gonna be fine. That's what confidence is. After you have confidence to make the decision of leaving and put all these steps into practice, then you can move on to the second step, which is distancing yourself. Distancing yourself from your abusive home or environment is a perfect way to start the process of moving forward and out. Understanding that distancing is a part of your mental health journey is crucial. You can do things as simple as getting more after-school activities, finding a healthy friend group to move you away from your family, just to spend more time with them than your family. Distancing yourself removes you from the constant echo chamber of toxicity that your family, your relationship that you're in, or your environment might have on you. After you have distanced yourself, you have to now find something that will support you in this. And having a friend group is great. So it brings me to number 3, self-sufficiency and structures. Having a friend group who knows what you're going through and supports you when times get tougher is a big deal. A friend group can help you with your mental trauma, moving out, monetary issues, and even employment. But what if you had a family who discouraged you from making friends? Well, I've kind of been in that situation too, and it's the saddest thing ever. If you're in this predicament, there is a way. You find friends. And if you can't find friends, I can make a video discussing how you can do that and how you can also have them be your support structure. If you can't find friends though, and you can't make them, you need to rely on yourself. You need to rely on your own wits, your own knowledge, and be your own boss. If no one is going to help you, you have to help yourself. Helping yourself translates into money management, because if you don't know the difference between a want and a need, you're going to run out of money very quickly. A need is something like rent. You'll need to pay rent. You'll need to buy food. These are something that you'll need to do, but you'll want to go to a music festival. You'll want to go to the club. I can understand, because now you're out of this abusive situation. Now you have this energy. You want to feel free. You want to take your mind off some shit and just have fun. And don't get me wrong, do it! By all means, But if you don't have the monetary funds to recover from maybe going out drinking and spending $500 and you don't have the financial means to recover, that might hurt you in the long run. And you might never recover from that $500. I know it sounds weird, but it's true. So when you put your wants in front of your needs, you lose your money. But if you put your needs first and then your wants later, you're going to be successful. If the thing you want is more than something that you need in terms of money, then you have three options. You have one, just going buck wild and splurging your money. Will you recover? You might not. It's not the best decision. Number two is just straight up not paying for it. Just having that self-discipline to be like, nah, I'm not gonna pay for it. Three, you know what? I really want to do this. I've been dreaming about it. I think it will help me very much. Then you need to pick up something that will give you more money. You need more hours at a job. You need a side hustle like Uber or Bite Squad. You need something on the back end. And another thing is, when it comes to financial decisions, when it comes to finance in general, you will 9 times out of 10 need a side hustle. You just will. And freelance is a side hustle. You can be one of those people who are like, well, freelance is my job. Freelance is, something that I work on constantly. I get paid for it. But here's the deal. If you're getting paid commission on anything, I want you to just keep that as a side hustle. Never make that your main source of income, because you want something consistent. You want a paycheck. Even if you're down and out one week and you still go to work, you know that you're gonna get a paycheck in the mail or direct deposited into your account. You gotta have something consistent and then have commission or freelance on the side. So you've worked on confidence. You've worked on distancing yourself. You've worked on self-sufficiency and support structures, having that friend group, and you have put managing your money as a priority. Now it's time to look for housing. So what do you do? How do you look for housing? A good place to start is Facebook, OfferUp, LoopNet. What's another one? Apartments.com, Zillow Rentals. These are all places that you can find housing. I know I said Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist and OfferUp. That's not a joke, because you can find housing. Let's say this, that hypothetical that I have $5,000. I want to now go and rent some place. Okay, do I have pay stubs? Pay stubs are checks. They're kind of like checks, but they're also receipts. They show that you have gotten money through checks and through your job. And here's something that you might have not thought about, but it's something that could happen. So in terms of, you have your pay stubs, you have work, you've gone through school. School is one thing that some landlords and homeowners might ask you. If you haven't done it, don't worry about it. Try to be consistent with just finding a homeowner who will accept you and who will accept your consistency and through your finance, right? So one of the things a landlord might throw at you is credit. How is your credit? Well, considering that you just left your family, your credit might be good. Your credit might be really good. It might be 600, 700. Because you've never used your credit before. You've probably never filed taxes before. Your credit score is gonna look really good, but you've never used a credit card before. That's the double-edged sword, the catch-22. You have a high score, but you've never used your credit card before. Because of that, you have high credit, but you don't have credit history. If you're trying to look for a place to rent and a homeowner or a renter is talking about credit and they said, how is your credit score? How is your credit history? You can say, well, my credit score is high, but I don't really have credit history. They'll say, okay, that's all right. And then they'll go back to maybe the pay stubs and the checks. And as long as you're consistent, you can have ensured that somebody will take you. If you're consistent and you have the means to back it up, you will find something. So what about credit? Let's finish that up. Credit, listen, if you don't have credit history, don't worry about it. If they're really looking for credit history and it's like an apartment, they'll pick somebody with a low credit score but with credit history over you. It's just the way the game is. Just don't let it stop you from trying to move out. Look for another place to rent. You can also find affordable housing through the government. Section 8, listen, don't let that name scare you. You could have affordable housing so that you could save up to buy a house. Affordable housing is good if you're leaving your family. And if you're explaining that to an affordable housing association, they will understand. They will understand and they will give you leeway because they heard your story, and that's what they're looking for. They're looking for people who are leaving their environment. They're looking for people who have nowhere else to go. That's what they're looking for. They're not looking for Mr. Moneybags over here. They'll send you on to an apartment complex. They're looking for somebody who is struggling and they want consistency, but they're struggling and they want to move out of their environment. That's what they're looking for. So those are all the things that you can do. I know I didn't cover a lot. I know I didn't cover like insurance, cars, banking, a lot of other things I know I didn't cover. If you want a second video that delves deeper into like banking, insurance, credit, property, cars, and all of that, hit me up. Let me know. Comment down below. And if you liked the video, please leave a like. And I hope you love Mo as much as I love Mo. Bye.